Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Aries for the next year, 2021, which is the year of the bull. And of course the bull brings stability and security and solidity, if you will, of things and situations and people. So definitely it's going to be a pretty stable year, and by the looks of the spread, the first part of the year is going to be pretty good actually. So please remember that this is a general reading. There may be some parts that do not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest. You may also want to check out your other signs as well. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, Aries. So this is for year 2021, next year, and in the past we've got the Tower and the Four of Wands. In the obstacle position, we have the Five of Pentacles clarified by Temperance. In the advice from Spirit position, we have the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. And of course, in the first half of 2021, we have the Empress clarified by the Page of Wands, and in the second half of 2021 we have Page of Swords, and it's clarified by the Queen of Swords. Of course, this is a general overview of the year. More detail, more information, of course, will be provided as we go from monthly to monthly readings, which will, of course, highlight each month. This is just a general overview, kind of a short outline, if you will, of the year ahead, and it looks like it's going to be really good for you. Yes, there will be some lingering effects of 2020, which was a really tough year. However, you will have some time alone because we have the Hermit here, and of course you will have abundance and luxury, especially in the first part of the year because we've got the Empress, and we'll get to the second part of the year here shortly. But in the past position we have the Tower, and it's clarified by the Four of Wands. Definitely the Tower is a card that, describing, for example, the past, which is 2020, that, you know, this year has been quite difficult for many people, and it has touched, you know, pretty much all of us one way or the other because of travel restrictions, because of different political events, because of a little bit of unrest, if you will, and coupled with, in some places there have been like environmental disturbances, you know, maybe flooding or whatnot. Definitely things have been pretty unconventional in the year 2020, and of course the tarot card may apply to quite a few people, and of course it's a major arcana card, and it's a card of forced change, so it does leave a little bit of residue. It does leave a little bit of lingering effects, as far as, you know, there may be some rebuilding that is going on that, you know, as a result of this event. There may be some structures that have to be rebuilt, or, you know, have to be continued to be fixed, if you know what I mean. It could be that for some it could represent, the Tower could represent some false beliefs coming undone. So, you know, perhaps you always thought that a relationship was solid, and of course it turned out that it wasn't. It could be that there was some emotional outbursts that were pretty unpredictable, almost involuntary, that, you know, kind of unexpected, if you will, that destroyed a belief system or of some kind. I mean, the Tower coming down suggests that there may be some ego bruises that have occurred in, you know, the past that continues to affect you. Ego does not like feeling uncomfortable. Ego wants to, you know, be pampered. Ego wants to receive compliments. Ego wants to be reassured and kind of agreed with. Ego does not like when a situation or people disagree, you know, with it. it's definitely, a pretty significant card to have in a spread. And it also, the good part of the Tower is that it opens the third eye. It opens the ability to see beyond the limitations that you were kind of used to seeing, and anticipate things that perhaps you didn't anticipate before, which helps you kind of avoid things that you may not want to deal with, if you will. Now, it's clarified by the Four of Wands, which is, of course, a really positive, warm, kind card. It's a card of celebration. It's a card of some sort of a commitment. Usually it's oriented towards ceremonies like marriage or coming of age, or maybe even getting a diploma, getting a promotion or something. But, there's joy in the Four of Wands. However, when coupled with the Tower, it suggests that, there may have been some issues, emotional issues perhaps, that were related to family or friends or people that people that were in your life on a daily basis. Perhaps there was a bit of a disagreement that affected you in a pretty, big way, impactful way, but it was meant to be rebuilt anyway. So if there was a relationship that sustained a fracture, if there was a situation that you anticipated to go a different way, and it was a disappointment to learn, how it turned out, it's a message from the divine that that person or a relationship with that person did not have a stable foundation, and so it had to be rebuilt in order for something to last. Because when something lasts, you can continue to benefit from it. Now, in the obstacle position, we have the Five of Pentacles clarified by Temperance. The Five of Pentacles is a card of hardship and financial difficulty, financial constraints, loss of money. Definitely, feeling out on the cold. It could also be that, you're feeling like you're not being supported emotionally, perhaps by family or friends or someone who's really important to you, and perhaps they're preoccupied with something else, or busy with something else, so that perhaps they don't have enough time to show the affection that you were generally accustomed to. So definitely, this card has a little bit of negativity and low vibration attached to it, but it's important to remember that in the obstacle position, the Five of Pentacles does actually have some good benefits as well, because it is a card of unexpected opportunity as well, but it does require that whatever opportunity may come your way, you really have to check double the fine print, double check the fine print to make sure that whatever you're trying to accomplish, or perhaps you're investing energy and time into a relationship that means a lot to you, you really have to double check if that is the right person that you're going to be spending all that time and energy on. But it's the Five of Pentacles is definitely feeling a little bit of aloneness and feeling like an outsider. And of course, it's clarified by Temperance, which is a major arcana card and a powerful at that. So Temperance is has more weight than the Five of Pentacles, and it's a bit of a serious obstacle as well. Temperance is generally a really positive card that focuses on balance and fairness, and the angel here is holding two cups, which also represent emotion, and then there we see a crown down the road there. It's a really powerful card. However, in the obstacle position, it has a lot of negative force behind it. It suggests that you may not be feeling balance, and that you may not be healing maybe the relationship that you were hoping to have healed is not going the way you were expecting it, and so you were feeling pessimistic. In a normal position, Temperance would be a card of optimism, but in the obstacle position, in the negative position, the Temperance represents pessimism. It's also representative of unwillingness to compromise, unwillingness to come together, if you will, which is very important, especially when you understand and you have that full comprehension of, the wisdom that is required to get through life. It's important to have alliances with people. It's important to have strong alliances with family members that continue to benefit you, but also, benefit the people as well. Temperance in the obstacle position suggests that you may find yourself in a bit of a toxic environment where there's low vibration around you, perhaps through people or through situations. And it could be that you're pushing things, wanting to achieve faster, wanting to get to the goal or to the dream faster. So it's like pushing, to do too much too soon, too fast, and in the end kind of really have nothing that is, that was worth all that effort. It could be about seeing the worst in someone else. Definitely not getting along with perhaps family members or friends that are like family, or even at work, sometimes people consider people they work with like family. So it's important to really take care as you move through 2021 and be aware, even if you may find yourself hard up, it's still important to have principles, and it's still important to kind of remember things you promise and stay accountable to the things that are expected of you, as that builds a stronger relationship. And be more careful, because when you have Temperance and the obstacle position, it could also indicate risky behavior. Of course, risky behavior, the more desperate a person is, the more they are inclined to pursue risky behavior, which is definitely something to watch out for. And perhaps it's, important to make sure that you are not manipulated by others as well. So if something is going well, don't necessarily go to the roof and scream from rooftop that you just got promoted, or you just fell in love or something, suggesting that when other people are going through difficulties, they may not be as strong as you, they may not be as wise as you. So sometimes people have difficulty processing good news when it comes from others. Now, a strong person will be happy for you no matter what. But like I mentioned before, 2020 has been a difficult year for many, and people's patience has been tested. And so, it's really important to focus on peace and healing, and kind of moving gently forward and being compassionate overall. Now, the advice from Spirit is the Hermit, and it's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit suggests, of course, as you know, that the answers are within you. If you want to see progress on the outside, if you want to see abundance on the outside, if you want to see love on the outside, whatever it is that you are striving for and have goals to achieve in 2021, it's important to make sure that you meditate, to make sure that you have some time to yourself where you are able to investigate things, where you're able to pursue things, question things, and allow your mind, your heart, and your soul to provide you with the answer, so that it's authentic rather than be influenced by other people. in order to accomplish, sometimes people will use someone else to accomplish a goal that they want. So it's important that you honor yourself and that you stand in your truth, and that you stand in your wisdom, and that you stand in your power, and make sure that you follow, your intuition. The Hermit is about developing intuition, but remember that no element overrides the other. So for example, if you're really good at reasoning, make sure that reasoning does not override intuition. Sometimes reasoning and intuition are at odds, but really, if you really look deep down, they're not. On the first glance, it may feel like they're at odds. So it's really important to kind of pay attention to the reasoning and the intuition, because the reasoning is represented by your mind and the intuition is represented by your heart. And of course, when you start choosing one over the other, things may fall apart. So it's important to have those things aligned. And for that, you need to meditate, and for that, you need to focus on manifesting things. And there are many different ways to manifest, there are many different techniques, but the two most important elements of manifesting is the, attitude of gratitude and forgiveness. The Hermit is also, he basically carries the message: as the inner, so the outer. So, what you have on the inside is what you will see on the outside. If, you're feeling anger and resentment and you have negative thoughts that are constantly occurring every day, then it's going to be reflecting, it's going to reflect in your home, it's going to reflect in your life, it's going to reflect in your friend circle or lack thereof. So it's important to focus on finding answers that come from inside of you. And if you don't feel like the answer is there, then patience is required, because the mind always has the answer. You just have to wait long enough for it to tell you. Think for yourself is the message of the Hermit. So remember that as you go throughout 2021. The Queen of Pentacles is a good omen financially wise for 2021. This is an authority figure. She's got power and she wants for nothing. The Queen of Pentacles is all about security on the outside, but also very much on the inside. She brings fertility because she's all about springtime, when things kind of are born again, if you will. And she also has this bunny rabbit here, suggesting good fortune for you as well. The main message of the Queen of Pentacles is, if you want to level up, if you want to achieve your dreams, continue progressing, then focus on taking responsibility. Focus on being accountable. And remember that hard work brings rewards. But again, the main message of the Queen of Pentacles here is that if you stay in your vibration, you will be abundant. Every single person is a vibration. And when we are upset or we're unhappy, that's low vibration. Love and feeling happiness, that's high vibration. It's difficult to sustain high vibration if you are dealing with many different issues or whatnot. So it's important to meditate to neutralize the vibration and then raise it. Definitely it is up to you to have an outlook on life, and the more you meditate, the stronger your outlook becomes, the stronger you become, and the more kind of powerful in your own right, even almost magnetic, where people listen to you and people kind of rely on you and see you in a very respectful and honorable way. So the Queen of Pentacles is a really amazing omen for you, Aries, in 2021. We have another amazing card, which is the Empress, and that is a major arcana Arcana card, and she's number 3 in the Major Arcana card. She is extremely powerful. Obviously, the Emperor is also very powerful, but the Empress is someone who is authority, and she's, you know, kind of like a direct message from the divine saying that you will have abundance, perhaps even luxury, a little pleasures, especially in the first 6 months of 2021. Empress is all about stability and protection. Empress is also about luxury and, you know, obviously money, and peacemaking, and of course anything that is artistic sort of oriented. Empress is a really wonderful card to have, and it guarantees that the first 6 months of 2021 are going to be quite predictable. You're going to feel like life has a routine, and that sort of helps, you know, progress and move forward. Make sure you use that time. Make sure that you do not waste. You know, sometimes if you want to start a new project, just go and start it, and, you know, don't wait until you have all the equipment or until you have this and that. Just go ahead and start. Sometimes the first step is the hardest, and once you take the first step, you know, you are then moving in the right direction. The Empress is also good for family. She's good for friendships. She's good for marriages and love. She's also good for work, as she brings abundance. I mean, the Empress is a really powerful card, and, you know, if you saw an actual Empress walking, you know, by you or something, you would be stunned. The attention that she receives, and the accolades that she receives, and just, you know, the awe that she exhibits to people. The Empress is a Major Arcana card that is very, very powerful. She brings good fortune, and very much like the Queen of Pentacles is a reminder, the more hard work you put in, the more reward you get out. And remember that all successful people tend to delay instant gratification. The longer they delay instant gratification, the more of it they receive. The Empress is also a little bit about money, and the attitude about money as well. When you change your view on money, I think there are many different books, and there are many different YouTube videos that talk about money, but definitely there is some that is just incredible. There are meditations to bring money to you as well, but the Empress brings abundance, and so definitely the attitude towards money can be changed, especially when you are thinking in a very respectful way of money as a resource. You know, when you have that certain amount of respect, it's amazing how quickly the money finds its way to you. And of course, the Page of Wands is a little bit of a youthful energy. It could be that you have a youthful outlook on something, but definitely the Page of Wands is a bearer of good news. The Page of Wands also brings opportunities or possibilities, and it's up to you to take opportunities. It's up to you to take possibilities and turn it into something more. So kind of the choice here is left up to you, Aries. Now, in the future outcome position, actually no, in the second part of 2021, we've got the Page of Swords and Queen of Swords. This is my very first yearly reading, so I'm a little bit nervous. But yeah, so in the second part of 2021, we've got the Page of Swords clarified by the Queen of Swords. Now that energy is a little bit gonna be a little bit stressful, I'll be honest. The second part, that's why I mentioned earlier, in the first part of the year, make sure you stack your resources. Make sure you hoard a little bit of resources, so that when things get a little bit thinned out in the second part of 2021, then you're able to kind of still comfortably get through the end of the year. But definitely, you know, relationships might be a little bit more tense in the second part of 2021. Friendships, you know, things at work could be a little bit tense, because the swords are a suit of challenges. And while they do, like for example, Page of Swords does bring good news, he can also bring gossip, and he can also bring a little bit of temperament and anger and resentment. Page of Swords is not the most patient sort of person, so there could be a situation where you find things feeling a little tense. There could be a situation where you find things a little bit anxiety inducing, if you will. But definitely, the Page of Swords is not the best, card to have, because it implies having knowledge, but really not having any wisdom. So really not knowing how to apply knowledge and how to use it for one's benefit. And of course, it's clarified by the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is well known to be an ice queen. She doesn't show a lot of emotion. She kind of uses her sword to cut out anyone or anything that she does not like. She's very direct. She's very she's not warm. She's not like the Empress. She's not like the Queen of Pentacles. She's not like the Queen of Cups. She keeps her emotions to herself and stays calm and analytical. She can see many moves ahead. Her intuition is really sharply developed. And she kind of adheres to her belief system. She knows what she wants, and she is kind of very direct about it. Definitely she's going to bring clarity in for the second part of 2021. She's going to clean some things out, meaning if there are people who no longer help you move forward in your journey, could be, there could be distance between you and them. Definitely there may be situations that she resolves, but the way she resolves it is not particularly kind, if you will. Let's see if we can clarify some of this spread with the energy oracle cards that I pulled, and I pulled 4 this time. We've got Angel of Balance, Healer of the Ages, 6th Chakra Archangel Metatron, and Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. There will be some healing you will be doing in 2021. There will be some balancing and juggling that you may feel like you are going to be engaged in. Definitely the 6th Chakra Archangel Metatron is a powerful card. It's a clarity of thought and personal vision, and that is ultimately where you're going to kind of gather from 2021, and that is kind of cleared up by the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra, or third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and an expanded perspective toward broader horizons. So you're going to feel a little bit far more clear than you did in 2020. There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of tension as well. You're going to feel a little bit more sharp and a little bit more aware and really focused on your belief systems. Some new perceptions are taking hold, and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this could be a new beginning for you on your way to develop a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. Definitely the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness is also a powerful card. It's about new beginnings in your personal life. So whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, it could be addiction to attention, it could be addiction to shopping, it could be addiction to anything, or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities opportunities are about to appear. So you will have possibilities and opportunities in in 2021. I mean, you have pages. You've got Page of Swords, you've got Page of Wands. Definitely there are going to be different opportunities coming your way. And the Healer of the Ages is it's a powerful card, and it focuses on healing. The main message of the Healer of the Ages is be aware and remember that each and every one of us is a vibration. So focus on the energy. Focus on the energy that you're feeling. Focus on the energy that you're feeling around you. And the more it is grounded, the more it is humble, the more it feels authentic, then you are moving in the right direction. And of course, like I mentioned before, balancing is very important, making sure you spend equal time on different things. Let's see what answers from angels we have. I also pulled 4 answers from angel cards, and we've got It's Up to You, Meditation Brings Answers, No, and Don't Stop. In 2021, it does seem like there's still going to be delays over something. It does seem like there may be some more hard work and effort that is required, but definitely answers are really positive from angels. They are leaving a lot up to you, and the more you will see what is up to you when you meditate, when you kind of shut off the white noise of other people's opinions, of other people's perceptions about this life, what's wrong and what's right. Only you know what is right and what is not right for you. Only you can decide the direction that you're moving in, and what has a healing vibration to you and what does not. And definitely make sure that you keep moving in the direction of your dreams and goals. Make sure that you focus on those healing vibrations, as they are really important. The overall journey, if you will. Let's see what mystical wisdom cards I pulled. I also pulled 4 mystical wisdom cards. Competition, summon courage and self-confidence. Opportunity knocks, well, we already knew that. Take a leap of faith. And animal bonds, stand up for all animals. Definitely this is really amazing. So in 2021, you will have several different opportunities that are going to be wonderful platforms to build on something even greater. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Opportunities do involve competition. So it is important to remember that in this physical world, in this 3-dimensional world, sometimes resources are scarce, and so we are competing for resources because there can only be one winner. So definitely make sure that you are focusing on being a strong competitor. And definitely faith is important. Sometimes we want to know, well, how is this going to happen? And how is this going to be achieved? Sometimes the how just has to be left to the divine to work it out, because the divine spirit is far more organized than we are in the physical world. And of course, focusing on being really compassionate and kind towards animals is going to be really important, because Gaia, which is obviously our planet Earth, is sometimes referred to as Gaia, will be very grateful for that. Definitely that is important to remember, that we are in an ecosystem. We are part of a system, and it's important that we do what is required of us to do. When we, kind of pollute the environment, or, do things that are not really nice for animals, that actually comes back to bite us. And also, animals have a healing ability, and they have different abilities to ground us as well, to keep us present in the moment, to show us the beauty of life, which again opens certain channels in the subconscious. Everything is connected, even when sometimes you don't see how it is connected. I also pulled 4 answers 4 ancestor cards. I can't talk, from the card deck. And we've got Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Yeah, this relates to the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. She's going to also bring rewards. There's going to be really wonderful moments that are going to please you tremendously. Lord, take charge and authority. I think this very much relates to think for yourself, like with the Hermit, you know. At some point you will come out of isolation and you will come out of that internal reflection you may find yourself in. So it's definitely important to take charge. Be assertive. Don't ask, tell. It's important to make your kind of voice heard, and sometimes that requires taking charge. And also, you know, when you take charge, you're signaling to other people that you are very serious about what you want, and so they take you seriously, which moves things along. We've got She-Wolf, unleash the wild within, and Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Very much relates to the Hermit, of course. Let me see, because I haven't seen that card in a while. I don't really remember the particulars. So the Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel from within. And the Mirror Guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you're being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, challenges you have surmounted, strengths you have developed, lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strength, in particular those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. And She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. I also want to look that card up. And it says, let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. You are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in that way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. I know that the wolf is a really powerful animal to have in a reading, and the reason I say that is because wolves have an ecosystem that is just absolutely incredible. First, they're really dominant as creatures. You don't ever see any wolves in a circus. They cannot be conquered. They have that raw, wild power. And I mean, they'll take on a tiger, and they'll take on a bear, and they will fight to the death. They're one of the most honorable creatures. They understand wisdom. They understand nature. They understand intuition. They are, in my opinion, they're very well, I mean, every animal is important, but for example, whales are incredibly majestic, and wolves are incredibly majestic, in my opinion. And so when you get a wolf in your reading, definitely suggest, well, first you have the moon here, so there will be some information that is not known to you throughout 2021, but definitely be assertive and be aggressive and be in line with your desires. That is the message of the wolf. But again, the wolf always does the right thing. So it's also important to kind of remember the laws of the nature. That is your reading for the year 2021, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I will be doing readings each month, so that will give you a little bit of more information and more in-depth detail. So hopefully, again, you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.